All right, guys, how's it going? I'm Barrington, I'm from New Alchemy. We have two of our client partners here today to present their projects. Our first is Jeff Tennery of Moonlighting, followed by Raja Jindal from Twism. Here you go, Jeff.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Jeff Tennery. I'm the CEO and founder of Moonlighting. Depending on the audience, I always look around and make sure that people always remember the 1980s. You can see all the gray hair, the 80s show with Bruce Willis, but it usually flies over like a lead balloon at these types of things. So welcome to Moonlighting. We're looking to decentralize the gig economy. A little bit about the company. We're 3 years old, actually almost 4 years old. Been at this for a while. And we're backed by the three largest newspaper companies. They came to us back in 2014, 2015. Nobody reads a newspaper anymore. Maybe you might occasionally go to one of their websites, but they felt like we were disrupting the classifieds industry, giving them a shot to get back a lot of the market share that they've lost as they've kind of moved away from print and into digital. We're also one of the top 10 mobile apps in the App Store, the jobs category. This is something we're very proud of and have been for 2 years. And we really focus in on how to help people find work. Back in 2008, I was actually moonlighting with a couple other people when the market crashed because I was looking for employment. I'm the father of 5 and a lot of mouths to feed, and it scared the shit out of me, to be quite honest with you. So I built Moonlighting so that there were people out there that could, make ends meet and actually work on their own terms and create their own passion work. Just a little bit moving forward, we've had quite a run-up. Over the past year and a half, we've doubled, we've grown from 100,000 users up to 600,000 users, all just in the United States. I'll go in a moment a little bit about what we plan to do on the global markets. But we've been called the Craigslist without the creepiness. That's the one that I always kind of, the media market has kind of referenced us as a form of a Craigslist. I don't really like that one as much as I do the Swiss Army knife from the gig economy. That's what Forbes called us as they reviewed our app. The app itself is very simple for you to be able to either post a job that you want to get done really quickly or look for work very quickly on your side. And we took the best parts of Uber. We've been called the Uber of everything because we've got everything from fire jugglers and stilt walkers for entertainment parties all the way to accountants, attorneys, web designers. We wanted a platform, even though we weren't thinking about decentralizing back in 2014, we wanted something that was open, free, and was really kind of managed and controlled by the end users, picking how much money you want to make, when you want to work, how you want to work, and that's the platform that we built. You have to have a really big vision when you're building a company. Obviously, you look at some of the Airbnbs and the Ubers, and you think about those one-word analogies. For us, I don't think anybody owns hiring. Being able to hire someone instantly like you're ordering an Uber car hasn't been done. We've got 600,000 people that are ready to be hired in that same fashion, and we think we can own the word hire. Now, after 3.5 years, almost 4 years of listening to what freelancers say and what small businesses and entrepreneurs say, we know what the problems are with the gig economy. First and foremost, there's a really big lack of trust. People don't know who they're hiring. You don't know who your Uber driver is going to be when they go to pick you up, right? And there's a lot of models that are out there like that you just don't know who you're hiring. We know that the fees are a big deal. We actually, in our early days, we were going to take a little cut, a little slice of the deal that was happening. This is very popular with Upwork and Fiverr and some of our contemporaries. We don't want freelancers to lose anything. They're already going to get taxed on that money after they earn it. So being able to keep those fees are really important. And then there's just a huge fragmentation problem in the gig economy. Guarantee you right now there's not one particular gig economy, marketplace, on-demand hiring that you know of that really is mainstream, that doesn't go beyond maybe a few cities, doesn't work in certain countries, doesn't work for a particular genre. And so I think all those problems are things that we're looking to solve with blockchain. One, trust. So we're looking to take very robust profiles. We have 600,000 profiles. They look a lot like LinkedIn profiles. And we want to put those on the blockchain. And we know that's hard. Like today, the technology doesn't really allow for you to put all that data on there, but we're hoping that it catches up. And we think that we have the right solution for people to be able to take these profiles, make it theirs, and actually have it be more authentic. Reviews, payments, history, recommendations, all those things on the blockchain. We believe in removing all of the kind of cross-country or international fees that you pay on currency when you're making payments can be taken care of with our own token, what we're calling the Moonbit. we'll be able to avoid those types of fees. Not to mention, do you know if you drive for Uber, if you work for Fiverr, you work at Upwork, you're going to lose anywhere from 10 to 30% of your check. And we think that's a problem. It's a pain point for freelancers. It's a pain point for entrepreneurs. And that's what we'll address as well. And then the fragmentation. Most everyone who's freelancing has to sign up for so many different marketplaces. We believe that the profile that we build on the blockchain will be very easily ported and shared throughout the internet. Our differentiation, people say, who do you compete against? I mentioned a couple there: Fiverr, Handy, TaskRabbit, Craigslist. These are just some of the sets that we look at and go, how do we separate ourselves from the pack? And the way we're going to separate, if you look at the far right, is blockchain and cryptocurrency really fit very nicely. Even though we have been a centralized platform for the last 3.5 years, moving over and bring this over to a decentralized marketplace makes a lot of sense. It's basically giving the platform back to the people. And we have real people. That's the thing I think separates us from a lot of other candidates for token sales. We have 600,000 users today. We've done over $1 million of revenue that we've generated in the last 18 months, and we've had over $49 million worth of transactions on our platform. So we think we're set up very nicely for that. Oh, thank you. Use of proceeds. So we are looking to conduct our own token sale towards the I'll say early to mid part of second quarter. We're looking to raise have a hard cap at 25 million. And the use of proceeds is we're going to obviously develop the platform. We've got excellent marketing. I think when you go and look at moonlighting.com or you look at our marketing within, we're also published in 150 newspapers around the United States because they all are investors. McClatchy, Gannett, Tronc, these are all publishing companies. But you know the USA Today, you probably know the Chicago Tribune, you probably know the LA Times. You'll find moonlighting at all of those places, again, because we're disrupting not only media and freelancing and employment, but we're also helping companies that need to come along for that and have a transformative experience, and they're excited about our blockchain plan as well. And then operations, and then a big part of our plan will be expanding globally. We're signing partnerships in Canada, the United Kingdom, and Latin America, and we'll be expanding all 3 regions. Again, another way to support the Moonbit that's going to be transacted between freelancers globally. Token mechanics here. One of the other parts, a lot of stuff on there is tough to read, is we're introducing a rewards program. And we liked what Kik did. If you follow Kik and their kind of transformation in the messaging platform, we love a rewards program. I think you've heard this from other folks. So we plan on not only rewarding the users for using our Moonbit and buying premium services on our platform, but we're also going to share it with all of our media partners. So that's why they're very excited. So there's another use case for news media being able to earn crypto while they're promoting moonlighting throughout 150 newspapers and publications around the United States and globally through the other markets I just mentioned to you. I mentioned we have this really cool project. It's a reality series that we'll produce probably and have out mid-year. It's going to be basically the stories from the American dream, or in this case, the U.S. one. But it's about showcasing the real users of our platform, how they're making money. There's very interesting stories that are coming out, and we're not only writing about them today through the newspapers and sharing it as part of our marketing, but we're going to bring it to life in a reality series. And I can more than happy to show you kind of the short video that we put together at another time if you'd like to learn more. I mentioned the global expansion. We're not just growing globally by ourselves. We've done it, I heard somebody mention, with partners. Not only we partnered with the news medias in the U.S., Prisa, which is the largest Latino publication in the world, Johnston Press, one of the largest ones in the UK, and 230 publications throughout the UK, and then Post Media is the largest publisher of news media in Canada. So we love partnerships. We also have a partnership with Verizon where they're preloading us on mobile devices to some of their small business customers, and that's also helped fuel our growth. So we really understand how to partner. Plan right now, 600,000. We were kind of, that's a lot. That's a lot of users. It really isn't. Our plan is to scale up to 5 million users. The initial coin offering and the token sale will help us accelerate our 2020 plan even more rapidly. The plan is to get to $100 million in revenue by 2020. That's what I have there. Just a little background on me. I'm a almost 30-year mobile media executive. I understand what it takes to not only manage very large companies. I worked at Verizon and AT&T as an executive, but also startups and helped take them public. So team's excellent. We've got a great operational and tech team. Graphic design, we do everything in-house with our staff on the technical front. So with blockchain, we're not outsourcing this, we're doing it ourselves. And just a little board picture here of we have publicly traded companies on our board. So we're taking a very thoughtful approach to the ICO. We've partnered with Cooley, one of the top law firms in the United States, as well as New Alchemy, who is kind enough to invite us here today. Thank you, New Alchemy. And so we believe we're doing this kind of in the right way with the right company with real substance behind it, and we can't wait to move to the blockchain. I'll open it up to questions from the group. Wow, no questions. Yes. Okay, if somebody else was trying to break in and kind of follow these, what I did and what we did is we looked at industries that really needed disrupting and needed help. So I think that's a big part. I mean, if you think about the newspapers, they're all struggling. They're all great companies, but they're really struggling to transform and move into digital. So I think there's other companies that are out there. We actually have a couple other conversations we have now with other technology companies, ones that are in the video teleconferencing space and other places where they've really not been able to keep up with the transition to digital. So I think a smaller company finding a need from a larger company that needs to become, a traditional company that needs to move to blockchain or needs to consider doing something transformative with digital would be look at that kind of subset and go to the stock market and see that. Yes, sir. Yep. So in this kind of older model, I'll say the centralized model today is we do like your background checks that you do, which is a whopping $6 to $8 you pay and get some background check. To be honest, you can't govern or pay for crazy. You got, Uber. Everybody does that. They go ahead and they spend $8 and they say, oh, they're background checked. Well, drug tests and everything else aside, it doesn't really do much. That's why I think, again, going back to our move to putting profiles on the blockchain and having them be immutable, and I think that will start to validate much better than a $6, I just passed some bullshit, background check that doesn't mean much, personally. All right, I'll hand it over to my colleagues at TWISM.
All right, next we have Jindal from TWISM.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me? All right. Hi, my name is Raja, and I'm the founder of TWISM, and we aim to be the first universal loyalty coin. We're hearing everybody talk about loyalty here, rewards there. By way of background, we have built a loyalty solution over the last many years, and we were just platforms built, first 1,000 businesses, first 35,000 users, and crypto couldn't have come along at a better time for us. So, loyalty, as I said, we've been in the space for years, and loyalty, it's it's a fragmented, archaic patchwork of solutions that are just super disjointed. I walk into a coffee shop and I get 2 coffees. Then I go over to the sandwich shop and I get another punch. And then I have a punch for a coffee, I have a punch for a sandwich. None of these are translatable. Everything's fragmented. I've got all these different random punches at all these different places held by all these different cards or architectures, and it's a problem. There's no consistent digital architecture for me to use across all the places I go. It's points spread across too many programs, and if I got 2 points at this coffee shop, do I really care about bringing out my card? So one of the other problems is people look at loyalty as loyalty in itself. And we don't. We've talked to so many of our business customers, and what they're saying is, I'm here to make money. I'm here for revenue. And if I'm going to give a loyalty card out, I want it because I want the customers to come back to my place and be loyal to me. I'm doing it as a form of marketing. And what the elephant in the room is that nobody's really figuring out is, as awesome as these loyalty programs might be, it's not providing for these businesses what they really want, which is better marketing. 99.9% of businesses don't even have a list of their own customers. I know it sounds obvious, but these businesses don't have a list of their own customers. Loyalty could provide that, but no one's really thinking of it that way. So the final big point is there's no what we in the industry call coalition loyalty. So as an example, Alice walks into a coffee shop. She walks into Joe's coffee shop and she gets 6 punches there. Then she goes over to Sue's coffee shop. She would like to use the punches that she gets from one place at another location, but if she goes into Sue's coffee shop and she says, oh, I earned these 6 punches at Joe's, will I get a free cup of coffee? Sue's probably gonna say, no. So being able to use points at different places is called coalition loyalty. Now, by way of background, as I said, we built a loyalty company that solves all these other problems. The one problem we've been banging our head up against the wall is how do you solve coalition loyalty? And no one else has really seemed to figure it out. Luckily, crypto has. So, going back to the marketing solution, loyalty is awesome. But what businesses really want is a list of their own customers. And that's what we've built, and that's what we're providing for them. So when they look at this, they try to get lists of their customers. So you walk up to the coffee shop, and there's a fishbowl up there. So people drop business cards, or they do raffles, and that's how coffee shops and standalone brick and mortars try to get lists. What we've done is build an entire loyalty solution so that the business now all of a sudden has a list of their customers. That's gold to them. So for us, loyalty is an awesome hook to get them what they think is the most important thing to market to their own customers. So let's just go to the, we'll go to slide, that right here, please. Thanks, Tara. So we've built it. As I said, we've built an entire CRM, dashboard, marketing, communication, loyalty platform solution for the masses of businesses. We know who your customers are. We know how many times they've come in. We tell you how to get a hold of them. We tell you what they like, what their complaints have been. This is what they really want, which goes one step beyond loyalty. Let's go back to the demo, please. So, again, this is the goal that they want. How do I reach my own customers? I see them walking in and out every day. I have a special. This is how you do it. Next slide, please. So the problem is coalition loyalty, which is, again, if I walk into Joe's coffee shop and I get 6 cups of coffee, if I go over to Sue's coffee shop, she's going to be like, well, you didn't get the coffees here. Coin solves that. What we're building is the first universal loyalty coin. I walk into Joe's coffee shop, and instead of him giving me a punch, he gives me a coin. I walk in the next time to Joe's coffee shop, he gives me a coin. I walk in, and Joe might say, look, 6 coins, you get a cup of coffee. Okay, after those 6, I can walk back to Joe, and I go, Joe, here's the coins. All right, I get my cup of coffee. But I can also walk over to Sue's coffee shop now, and I go, here's 6 coins, and I get a cup of coffee. She's getting value from the coins this time. That's how you solve coalition loyalty that nobody in the industry has really been able to solve. One coin that any business can use, that any consumer gets, and can use it anywhere. It's been the holy grail, and coins came across at the perfect time. So that's what we built. That's what we are building right now. The infrastructure for loyalty, for communication, for everything else has been built. We've been really quiet. And then our good partner, Dimitri, said, okay, time for you to get out as fast as you can. So today's our first day. We're letting people know. And we've got, again, 1,000 businesses that are ready to go. The reason we're here is because we've got a really good infrastructure built, but we're just learning about blockchain very quickly. We want to partner with companies that are innovative, that can look at what we built and help us figure out how to go a lot faster. We're also looking for talent that can help us how to integrate blockchain Solidity into our solution. So that's what we're really looking for. The way it's going to work is I can now walk to the coffee shop, I get a coin. I can go get a massage, I get the coin. I go into a service place, I get a coin. And I can then use those coins everywhere else. And everybody who is coming in and using that coin goes into our database. And it goes into the database for that business, so they now have all the customers they can reach. It's not just about trying to get a coin out there and trying to get the coin to go up in value. I don't have a problem with that. It's about building a real business. So regardless of whatever our coin does, these businesses, they pay us in TWISM if they want to reach their customers. They pay us in TWISM if they want to reach another 1,000 customers in their neighborhood who like pizza. It's about building a database of customers who use loyalty so then you can market to them. It's way more valuable. Now, it goes beyond that. Often when you think of loyalty and punch cards, you kind of think of coffee shops, brick and mortars. It goes way beyond that. What about all the online retailers where you buy stuff? They want a loyalty solution. They don't really know how to build one. I can guarantee you that 99% of you have apps on your phone which are delivery, food delivery, whatever it is. How many of those have a loyalty solution? They all want one too. So in addition to what we're doing is servicing the brick and mortars, is we're building a whole library of SDKs and APIs where any app, any online vendor, anybody just integrates those SDKs and they've got a loyalty solution. So now I can order food off an app and get a TWISM loyalty token. I can get a cup of coffee and get a TWISM loyalty token. And I can use it at any other participating place that has TWISM. And since we know the database, we're gonna let the consumers know here's who's coming on and here's who has loyalty. So for us, it's a rising tide of businesses that participate, floating all boats higher. Universal coin. Next one, please, Tara. Oh, I'm sorry, can we go back real quick? The one final point I wanted to make was the understandable use case of loyalty combined with an existing customer base and merchant base that we already have means that we are having a utilitarian coin that's actually doing real utility from the day we mint our ICO. So that's why we're shortening everything up and now we're getting ready to release. Next one, please. So it's all built. There's a lot more built. We have an activity feed. I think most of you are familiar with Venmo, where, hey, I gave $10 for somebody buying me whatever. Well, we've got an entire activity feed already built. Joe earned a TWISM at the coffee shop. Steve gave Joe a TWISM. The activity feed's done. The loyalty's done. One of the other interesting things about loyalty is like, it shouldn't just be like I go into the coffee shop. I want to know where my friends go. I want to know if Susie has 8 punches and she needs one more. And if she does, I'll give her my punch because it's kind of fun. We've already built that and it's already been live and it's already been using. So you get to see where all your friends have gone. You get to see where they've earned coins. You get to see how much that person needs for one more little piece of whatever. And you can give it to them. So that's all built. I can go into the beacons. I can go into the birthday club. These are pretty interesting things where we know where everybody's birthday is in an area. So businesses are signing up with us. They're saying, all right, if it's the week of somebody's birthday, we'll give them a free tiramisu or a free cup of coffee or a free massage or whatever. We just don't know when everybody's birthday is. We do. So they're paying us in TWISM. And then it's an automatic birthday club where we send an email out to all our consumers. So 1 week before your birthday, you'll get an email saying, here's all the places you get birthday love. And if the business wants to participate, they pay us in TWISM. So we're not just trying to build a token generation event to get a coin going up. We're building a real business. I can keep talking, but let's go to the next slide. Again, it's built. Everything's based off traditional Ruby, SAS, all these other things, and now we're building a coin. Coin solves coalition. Coin solves so many other things in the industry that we've been trying to figure out that we haven't been able to solve. All this is built, so we're quickly integrating it to where the coin does come in. We're also working really fast to make it crypto POS integrated. We have POS integration with traditional POSs, but if the world's going crypto, we're getting there before everybody else. And
what is
POS, I'm sorry, it's a point of sale. So when I go over here and I buy a great sandwich over here and I swipe my card, that is POS. But we're all used to traditional POS companies. And I love the fact that there's all these brilliant blockchain guys building crypto POS, so I can pay with crypto. So what we're saying is, I'm in full support of all these guys building crypto POS. I want to pay with crypto. But they all need a loyalty solution too. So we are ready, we're poised, and we can only go as fast as the wave of the crypto POS has come. But we're not behind, we're right there at the wave. And I explained that we're building this entire set of libraries so that apps and everybody else just has a plug-and-play solution. The roadmap. Actually, the roadmap should probably start where Tara is because we've been doing all the work. But from where we're at right now, like I said, our goal isn't to do an ICO only. We're here to keep building. we just kind of did a private sale that just started, but we're trying to get we're going to have a wallet and an app released pretty soon. So we're going to go to all of our existing customers, and we're going to say, hey, in addition to all the punches you've got, you've also now got an app that has TWISM tokens. What that really is the first crypto wallet that these guys will have ever been exposed to. That's what we're really building. So there's so much more, but I think you guys understand that. Let's go to the next one, please, Tara. So our team is, I actually grew up in Dallas, and so it's kind of cool to be here. I'll be here until Tuesday visiting family. My background is, I'm an electrical engineer from MIT. I did my graduate work at MIT. I did my doctorate work in quantum physics at UCSB. I started a biomedical testing company that did really well. Then we all started Barkback together, and then we realized crypto came along at the perfect time. So we've started this new universal coin called TWISM. There's a lot of other fancy schmancy schools up here, Harvard, Berkeley, UCLA. VPs of Visa just joined the team, the architect for the ad platform for Excite, founder of Kiosk Systems. So a lot of our participating investors are also getting pretty active as advisors. The CEO of LegalZoom, the CFOs of Men's Warehouse, Toys R Us. We got a few other people who are pretty big who are staying behind the scenes. We have founders and CEOs of POS companies, point of sale. And so we're poised to build a real biz. And we know that we can dump it in one day and get thousands of businesses, thousands of users lined up. But we need a little bit of help in trying to find partnerships for people who understand blockchain and all these crazy things that I've been hearing about today a little better than we do. So, and we got great partners like New Alchemy, Dimitri, so helpful. But it's really good having the kind of talent that we have. It's real guys who want to build a real business and get out there before everybody else. And so, Tara, one more, please. So what we're really doing is we know that there's all these brilliant, beautiful people who are building great things and making advances in blockchain technologies and the coin exchanges and the protocols and all that, and we're in full support. We're just on the exact opposite other line. We're consumer facing. We want you to get loyalty points from us fast. We want everybody using it. And as soon as you get the loyalty points from us, that app you're getting is actually your first crypto wallet. That's our goal, is to bring all the advances in the form of everything we built, turn into coins so that our loyalty app is the first wallet you've downloaded. I'm Raja. I'm around for the next couple of days. If anybody feels like getting a hold of me and wants to learn more, it's Raja, R-A-J-A, @twism.com. And my cell number is 8. Something's covering it over here, but that's all right. I think it's a chair or a person. If you feel like getting a hold of me, 805-455-9799. Call, text, and we'll be around for the next couple of days. Are there any? Yes, there are questions.
Can you maybe elaborate more? How are you building those partnerships with these businesses? Like, what is your strategy around approaching? Why should they go with them?
So the question was, what is our strategy around partnerships? Do you mean partnerships with our merchants, like the coffee shops, or do you mean partnerships with other?
I would say I would start there.
With coffee shops? Well, there's a couple things. We've built a pretty amazing database of a couple of million businesses, and we know how to reach them pretty fast. One of the other things is one of our investors and major advisors runs pretty much the biggest SMB SaaS company, LegalZoom, and he's going to tap into that pretty fast for us. We've got a few other people who are running companies that deal with the SMB space, but everybody prefers to stay quiet right now. So we're basically going to leverage our investor base to get to those partnerships. We're not doing the hard work. We're just making phone calls and get it done with them. And when it comes to some of the other companies, again, they happen to make introductions to this major website building company and these other companies. So we're basically leveraging the relationships that we built. And now with the ICO, we're going to hopefully have plenty of money to really go after hiring really smart talent to really focus on the marketing. We're really good at the technology, and we want to hire people for the marketing. Did I answer your question? Please.
How are you valuing your loyalty point?
I'm sorry.
How do you value your loyalty point as far as what do they get from a coffee shop as opposed to a massage as opposed to buying a car?
Sure. The question was, how do we value the loyalty coin? It's kind of interesting. Obviously, the coin's going to have a certain value out on the market. Each business gets to set the rules for their own program. So for instance, let's say a coffee shop says, I want you to come in and buy 8 coffees, and then I'll give you the 9th one free. If the coin starts off, let's just call it a quarter for easy math. And let's just say a cup of coffee costs $2. That means I got to go 8 times, and then I get a free cup of coffee. So what they're basically giving you is 25 cents worth of TWISM. Now, if the value of TWISM goes up or down, we build the machine so that it's always giving you 25 cents of value. So it might be 1 full TWISM on Tuesday, but next week it might be 1/10 of a TWISM. So they tell us the value. They just plug it in real quick. We've already got it built. I could actually show it to you, or part of it built. They just plug in the value. And regardless of the coin's value, we end up proportionally giving them that fraction of the coin. To understand? It doesn't seem that hard, because what they're doing is they're going in and basically, can I get my, well, whatever. That's fine. Our app shows you the amount of number of coins you've gotten, the number of visits you went to that place and how many coins they gave you, and then the total number of value in aggregate. And that value will go up or down. So they can basically come in and say, all right, a cup of coffee is $3, I'll take $3 of value off here. Does that make sense? Sir? In the white jacket. You do me a favor and just yell a little. Green stamps. Yeah. My investors had to tell me about green stamps, but yeah. That's exactly it. But it's so we're building green stamps for crypto. Yeah. One of them actually bought a whole stack of them off eBay. And if the question, so green stamps, as I learned recently, is basically this book where I would walk into Sears, and if I bought something, they'd give you a couple stamps. And if I walked into the Piggly Wiggly, you get a couple stamps, and then you get all these collected amounts of stamps, and then you go back and buy whatever you want, which was kind of cool and innovative back then. So we just fast forwarded 50 years in crypto. I mean, crypto just came along at the right time. We just happen to have the platform. Oh, yeah, good question. Oh, but you know what? I forgot to answer your previous question. Yes, it does work for online companies. That's what we're building, is those SDKs and APIs, so that any business can basically say, hey, look, I just want a plug-and-play loyalty solution. I don't want to hire 20 guys or 5 people to build my loyalty solution. I just want to plug and play and go. Oh, and I get all this database of customers that you guys have already tapped into? So that's why we're building the SDKs and APIs, so online companies and apps or whoever else just plugs it in. That answer that question? Yeah. We haven't figured that out yet. So I'm talking to a few people where they're like, hey, I've got this wallet and it can hold your coin and somebody else's coin and somebody else's coin and this coin. But the problem with those coins, how do I say this? No problem. That's awesome. That's cool. But with our coin, you can actually buy real world stuff. So we've got a functionality where it's like, hey, look, I want to buy a sandwich with my coins. So we quickly convert it into a coupon that you show on your phone, and then it explodes. So ours has to be functional. So we're in the midst of trying to figure out, like, do we just keep it as a, look, I know what a lot of companies are doing, and I totally bless them. They got a white paper and they're just running, but we got a real business, and we just converted it. So we have to make that decision at some point soon, standalone app, or integrate with others, or do both. And how much are we trying to raise? I don't know. I just opened it up privately, quietly last week. Can I talk about this or can I not? We've got a couple of hundred. Our lawyer's just tough, you know. It's cool though. Got a. Sorry. We raised a couple hundred K. Looks like 2 mils coming in this week or next, and we may just raise almost all of it privately, but probably not. And we don't know how much we're raising. One of our investors is like, he's pushing, saying, you know, look, let's just take over the world. Don't raise 10, 20, 30, just raise as much as you can. So I'm hand waving. I don't really know. I've just learned about blockchain recently, but it's moving fast. So how much are we raising? I mean, we probably 30, maybe 50, maybe more. Ask me next week and I'll have better an idea.
All right, we gotta break it up.
Sure.
But let's give him a hand. All right.
If you wanted to.
Thank you. All right.
So I'm going to be taking over. My name is Mike Koenigs, and I'll be your MC for the rest of the day. Great job. So just a couple quick things for you. We're going to take a short break. This one, like just a few minutes, so we can get back on track. We've got Michael Gord coming up next from Blockchain Education. You ready, Michael? Where are you? You're right there? All right. So why don't we just take just a couple minutes? Like, I'm going to shorten this just to get back on track. We'll start sharp at 4:30. Cool? All right. So 5 if you need to take a quick break. Otherwise, talk amongst yourselves.